Hello and welcome to this short video which will show you how to locate exactly which parish registers from the London Metropolitan Archives are available on Ancestry, and by extension how to also search for other record collections that you might be interested in. We're starting here on the Ancestry search main screen, and of course most people here just put in a name and a last name and click on the search button and don't really think about what they are searching, i.e. what are the collections that lie beneath that search engine. They don't think about that until they get the results and they see that they've got 120,000 hits. Now, let's say that you know that you have ancestors from a particular parish in London, and let's say that that's going to be St Luke's in Chelsea. How do I find out exactly which registers for St Luke's are available? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to look at the special collections, and right down at the bottom here you'll see that under special collections at the bottom you've got the Dorset Archives and the London Metropolitan Archives collections and the National Archives collections as well. We're interested in LMA, so I'm going to click on that. And this now brings up the part of the website which is only to do with the London Metropolitan Archives collections. So you could search from here, but again, if the surname is very common, you may find that you have way too many hits and it's just not going to bring exactly what you want. Plus, you also need to know about those gaps, which registers actually exist. There's absolutely no point in searching for something if it's not going to be there. So there's a little bit of blurb down the side here, and one of the things that you can do, which is extremely useful, particularly for those people who love detail, is you can click on these links which take you through to the LMA's own collections, and this particular document is called the A to Z of London parishes. So that will tell us exactly which parish records can be found on Ancestry. So I can click through on that. And there's a useful guide here. Very, very well worth reading through this actually. And then we have an A to Z list of those parishes. And of course that is done by the name of the church, the saint that it's dedicated to, or its other title. So one can flick through this until one finds St Luke's in Chelsea, or one can browse via the Ancestry collections. Now, in order to get to the browse screen, we actually have to choose one of the collections. So I'm going to imagine that we're looking for a baptism in the 1750s. So this would be the collection to choose. The London, England, Church of England, Baptisms, Marriages and Burials, 1538 to 1812. So this would include St Luke's, Chelsea, in the 1750s if it's available. So we click on that. And then we see browse this collection. So we have to know the borough that St Luke's, Chelsea is now in. So that's the modern day borough. And of course that is Kensington and Chelsea. So I've got to find that. So there it is down there. And then we get some parishes to choose from. We want St Luke's, it's the main church in Chelsea, certainly at that date. So we click on that. And here is the detail that we're after. Now these date ranges are start and end dates for those registers. It doesn't tell us from here whether these are combined registers or marriage registers or what they are. But of course, if we're looking for baptisms in the 1750s, it's likely to be a combined register unless the church was extremely large, or the parish was extremely large. So we've got a possibility here of three. If we were looking, say we wanted to search for baptisms from 1750 up to 1760, we'd have to look in 3 of these registers. I'm just going to bring up this one. We click on this, we get to the filmed images of the original register. Of course, this is extremely useful when you want to look through the whole register, which one often does when one's doing more advanced work. And we can see that this starts actually in baptisms in 1748, so we can browse those from here, from this page, just going page by page, exactly as one would do on microfilm. So now we've come back to the Browse This Collection screen, and I just want to say a few more things before we leave this section. I have found in the past that these dates here are not completely accurate, so it's always worthwhile actually clicking through to that register to make sure. The other thing to point out is that although the register may start 1748 and run seemingly to 1777, there may of course be huge gaps within the register. It may be just one entry in 1777, it may actually end in 1760. Again, you need to look at the actual original register and browse through it to find those particular gaps, because Ancestry isn't going to tell you about it. Now, on a slightly happier note, if you don't want to browse, there is one other way to search the exact church and hopefully find the family that you're looking for. This is by using this search screen here within the London, England, Church of England, baptisms, marriages and burials. So we're only searching this section, but that's all of London. So let's imagine that we're going to be searching for John Smith. And we know nothing else about John Smith, so it's a speculative search really, but we do know that he's from St Luke's in Chelsea. So we can put in St Luke and then Chelsea, and it's vital that this is exactly typed exactly correctly, or you'll get a nil result screen. And here we have it. There are 57,000, it says here, 426 records from St Luke, Chelsea, involving a John Smith. But of course what I've done here is I haven't said that that name has to be exact. So let's go back and edit that search. Exact only. Exact only. Search again. And we've got 66, which is a far better result, stretching all the way back to 1659. So there we have it, 2 ways to find the exact record within the London Metropolitan Archives collection. Happy hunting!